All right, so welcome to Free First Thursdays. We are going to start with Jill Moore or Gil. So we are a tour company startup in Colombia, focused on creating bespoke travel experiences for people traveling to Colombia. We want to focus on working with small communities and unknown areas to make tourism more sustainable and a steady income. We are gaining traction on social media, but no inquiries. What should we do? Okay, well, so you're based in Colombia then?
Yeah, hi. Thanks a million, Todd. So I'm Irish and my husband's Colombian, and he's been in the tourism industry for 7 years. And I worked in the NGO sector. So the idea was that we wanted to fuse both together because it's an amazing country. It has lots of potential, but unfortunately, it's getting a lot of fame for not so nice tourism. And we like to work with local kind of cacao producers, coffee producers, tour companies, and bring people to places that just haven't, experienced tourism yet. But we're just very finding it very hard, like, because I suppose we don't have the income to put into massive advertising and that, and we don't want to go down another route of just bringing people to see Pablo Escobar's grave and horrible things like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's beautiful. It's thank you for taking it on. Um, so I'm going to turn off my little Slack back here. Okay. So the main thing, when you say you're not getting any inquiries, you mean nobody's even like reaching out to say, what do you do? Or nobody's booking?
No, like it's very much like it, whatever we get is through my husband from his experience over the years. People are coming back and stuff. But when it comes, like, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we've started a website. It's very early days, basic. We've just kind of built what we can, and like we get engagement of like 9,000, 10,000 people liking reels, liking stuff like that, but no inquiry forms filling out, and using all the hashtags, using the trending reels, but mainly getting people just liking rather than, and I've tried the, this is someone who wants to go to Colombia with you, and I can see that it's being sent to people, but I don't feel we're reaching our target audience, which are people who will have more money to spend rather than going on a big group tour,
Yeah.
because people we have loved our tours because they say, okay, we love archaeology, and we bring them to places in Colombia with archaeology, which is really rich here with archaeology, just not as, I suppose, advertised as Machu Picchu.
Okay. Let me pause. So I'm gonna and I invite everyone to take notes on this and do this for your own business, what I'm gonna run you through. So this is a way to figure out where's the sticking point. Okay. There's three roles of marketing, big picture, attention. You can put at the top of the page, middle of the page, filtering, here at the bottom of the page, risk. Okay. So the very first thing in marketing we got to do is we got to get attention of enough of the right people. That's number one.
Okay.
And mostly that's going to be done through word of mouth, but of course, ads are a way, lots of ways this can be done. Hub marketing, connecting with people, getting in front of enough people. But if, none of our ideal clients ever even hear about us, the conversation's done. It's over. It's just, you don't go to the next level. So I invite everyone to think about in your own situation and give yourself a 1 through 10 on all of these. Yeah, 10 is like, no, I'm definitely nailing it on that. I've got attention of enough of the right people. Our email list is huge. Our social media reach is massive. We know it's our people. That's not the issue. That'd be a 10. And like a 0 would be, oh yeah, we're brand new. We don't even have a website. Nobody knows who we are. We haven't reached out to anybody. That's a zero. So second, the filtering. Now within filtering, there are three subcategories. Filtering meaning we're trying to figure out if it's a fit. So this is looking at it through their eyes. And you'll give yourself a 1 through 10 on each of these three things. So first is relevance. So 1 through 10 on relevance, meaning when they see what you're offering, do they immediately understand that this is a fit for them or not? Is it an instant, just like, oh my God, that's what I've been looking for? That's a 10. Or, oh my God, that solves the problem. That is exactly the problem I have, or that's the result I want. So is it just that instant, fuck yes, that's a 10? And a zero would be, it'd be somebody who's like, yeah, I'm a kind of, I do lots of things, I'm a healer, kind of life coach, but I also do, I have a little bakery. I also like doing beekeeping, and it's just there's no way for it to be relevant. Or, yeah, I just like to help people with their problems to get better results in their life. That's a zero.
Mhm.
So give yourself, everybody, a 1 through 10 on how relevant is it from their eyes when they look at it, when they go to your website. Is it instantly within 3 seconds clear that this is for them or not? If you make products and you just have beautiful photos of your products, you're probably a 10. It's probably already really clear, or at least it's mostly established. Number two is credibility. Credibility is, do I trust you? It's like, yes, what you're offering is relevant, but do I trust the ethics? Do I trust the materials used are good materials, the product's good quality? Do I trust that you can actually get me from A to B? Yeah, so a 10 is just like, shut up and take my money. Yeah. And a zero would be, I just have no idea about you at all. First time meeting you, I don't know anything about your point of view or philosophy or track record. I've seen no case studies, testimonials. I don't know. And I've been burned a lot in the industry, so I'm on watch. And then number three is value. And value means return on investment for money. I spend this much money, I get 10 times that money back. That's, or 10 times the value back. That would be a 10 on value. And a zero is just kind of a ripoff. It's like, what? You want how much money for what? Fuck no. Yeah. So you can see how each one of these builds on the other. If you don't get the attention of enough of the right people, it's over. But you could get attention of the people and it's so relevant. And they say, that's for me. Oh, but I don't trust you. So I'm not going to spend money. Or no, it's relevant and I trust you. Absolutely. I believe you. And that specific deal, it's too much money. It's not worth it. And then the last piece is you got to lower the risk. Because people, you can achieve all the ones above. And if there's too much risk, even though it's a fit and it's a great deal, sometimes there are financial risks, time risks, emotional risks, social risks that are just too big. And so, a 10 would be, all your friends tell you they're great, a bunch of testimonials, they have a double your money back guarantee, like just, okay, there's no risk at all. I'd be stupid not to do this. But a 10 or a zero, on the scale of handling risk would be, I could die doing this. If I, jumping out of an airplane, and if they don't really trust that you got the risks handled on that, or, a risk could be, well, I love your work, but here's the trouble. And it's a good deal, the program you're offering, but I grew up and I live in a fundamentalist Christian community, and you're teaching people how to be witches. And so I want it, but the risk is so high socially of what would happen to me if anyone knew I was involved. There's all sorts of risks. Yeah. So I just invite everyone to notice, where are you high and where are you low? And in this one, you got to kind of start at the top. You know, you got to start with the attention. Okay, if that's not it, we got to probably get the attention of more people. Okay, but if that seems good, then we move to the next thing. It's a kind of engineering problem, you know. So what do you notice? I'm curious, as you look at yours, Jill. Yeah.
I think we're looking for in the wrong places for people. Yeah.
Okay. So the thing I would recommend is, have you looked at my work around hub marketing?
No.
Okay. So if you go to, and for everybody, if you go to marketingforhippies.com/steps,
Okay.
I'll just do a screen share. Also show you all what I'm talking about. You'll see a bunch of stuff on that page. When I say a bunch of stuff that's free, I mean dozens of hours of free stuff. So you'll see in my model, hubs is kind of the last thing here. So it's step 5. We go to the bottom, and you'll see there's some me talking about hub marketing a little bit. There's a few videos. Then there's a bunch of free videos. There's the yellow, and then if you want to buy any products, it's the blue button there, and they'll get all those stuff about it. But I would just start delving into this, because if you're not reaching enough of the right people, the main thing we have to do is figure out, okay, you know, we've tried the hashtags. Hashtags are a kind of hub. It's like, okay, that hub isn't working. So it just becomes a question of, right, where else do we find these people? And like, where are they already spending their time, their money, their attention? Who's already reaching them that we could partner with? Like maybe there's a Spanish language course or something. Maybe there's a, you know, a Columbian group in town, or maybe there are networks or community centers or podcasts, you know, of people who do Colombian folklore and traditional foods, and you know, you could be featured, or they could be in.
Serious, amazing. Scone.
Okay, that's fine. Everyone, make sure you please stay muted. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's the fix. So give that a try. Come back next month. Tell me what you came up with. The other thing I recommend is, you know, as you really start to hone your ideal client, who it is you want to reach, and for everybody on that, there's a webinar that I just put together. This is my most robust attempt at it. There's a webinar on how to articulate what you do. No, that's it. No, ideal client. This is the one. And I'd recommend getting this to just articulate who is it you're trying to reach. But the reason to do this is because then you put it out to your email list, you put it out on social media, and you just say, where do we find more people like this? Like, where do these people spend their time? Where do they spend their money? Where do they spend their attention? And you start to build a list. And then the key is, everyone you talk to, you ask them, who else should you talk to? You know, if you're on a podcast reaching your people, at the end of the podcast, you know, you say, hey, thank you so much for the interview. Did you have any idea where else do we find people? Like the kind of people who listen to your like, do you have any leads? Oh yeah, there's this shop. There's an online shop. They sell a bunch of Colombian stuff. You should talk to them. Oh, great. Thank you so much. Oh, you know, actually, there's a travel agent who you should talk to who specializes in Colombia. You'll start getting referrals, and then it just grows bit by bit, slowly but surely. So there you go. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.